Talk through some of your recent numbers. You've had some serious success lately.
In August, I went full steam ahead and I prepped for a September. And I've always wanted to do this. Like, what could I do in a month? And so the month of September, I wrote 2.8 something million in annuities on top of a 8,000 or 6,000 per month IUL. And I did a couple of Medicare here and there when it came up. And it was like, it's like 270 something thousand in commission or something like that.
In 1 month.
In 1 month, yeah.
Dude, that's sick, bro. That's nasty.
Yeah, it really is.
So, I mean, they say young dudes can't sell annuities, man, because people won't give you their money. How old are you?
29.
Dude, you make me feel old. You make me feel old.
You're like 30, right?
31.
Oh God, you are.
I'm running away. I'm running away from you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely I mean, you just like in any product you sell, even Medicare, nobody likes to take somebody that's younger serious. It's all about how you present yourself, and that's definitely a skill that I have for sure. Is being able to show people that I am an expert in what I do.
Welcome back to CA Power Players Podcast, live every Tuesday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Man, do I got a special guest today. Mr. Tracy Lownsberry is in the house, the annuity giant. Dude, big giant, bro.
Little giant, but big giant at the same time.
That's it, dude. I love it. Appreciate you being a part of this today, man. Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for having me, man. For sure.
So this guy is phenomenal at finding money and selling money and obtaining cash, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I would say I'm all right. There's definitely people out there that do it better than me, that's for sure. But
talk through some of your recent numbers. You've had some serious success lately.
Yeah. We so I've never solely focused on annuities till recently. A lot of people don't know that. I've always done Medicare and life and other things because I like to be the jack of all trades, and I didn't want to miss out on opportunity. So in my brain, I was like, okay, I took January, February, March, and most of April off. Like, didn't work. My son was born in February. And I was like, okay, let's take some time off, get in a rhythm so mom can do her thing.
Yep.
So when I got back, I built up some capital, did some Medicare for about a month and a half. And I was like, all right, what if I went full steam on annuities? What am I actually capable of? I have the knowledge, I have the system, I have all these things. I ended up getting an annuity mentor who guided me in a couple little areas. And I was like, all right, what can I do? So in August, I went full steam ahead and I prepped for a September. And I've always wanted to do this. Like, what could I do in a month? And so the month of September, I wrote 2.8 something million in annuities on top of a 8,000 or 6,000 per month IUL. And I did a couple of Medicare here and there when it came up. Since then, what has stuck out of that is everything except for $250,000 one that I'm not going to write now, but it will be probably next year. So it's not that it didn't stick. It just probably won't write that till next year. And then 180,000 that I did ended up only being 40. So other than that, everything else stuck. And it was like, it's like 270 something thousand in commission or something like that.
In 1 month.
In 1 month. Yeah.
Dude, that's sick, bro. That's nasty.
Yeah, it really is.
So, I mean, they say young dudes can't sell annuities, man, because people won't give you their money. How old are you?
29.
Dude, you make me feel old. You make me feel old.
You're like 30, right?
31.
Oh God, you are.
I'm running away. I'm running away from you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely I mean, you just like in any product you sell, even Medicare, nobody likes to take somebody that's younger serious. It's all about how you present yourself, and that's definitely a skill that I have for sure. Is being able to show people that I am an expert in what I do.
Yes. And do you do that by talking a lot?
Sometimes. Sometimes, yeah. It depends on who I'm in front of. I try to mold myself to whoever I'm in front of. If I'm, I would say that actually my expertise is high net worth people. I think I shine when I get in front of big numbers.
Why?
So like this, I'm analytical. Those people they like numbers. They like to overanalyze a lot of times. I can do that. So it's like if I can get in front of somebody that lets me do my thing, right? Lets me just explain everything and they just soak it in because they want that, they like it. Yeah. And we work with a very successful CFP partnership. They're worth like $17 billion in assets under management in Michigan.
Wow.
And they're super analytical as well. So when we can work hand in hand with them on cases, it validates me more as well. And that's a partnership for anybody watching this. That's a partnership that took a long time to develop. Okay. A lot of other investment people that just fell through. You had to find the one that believed in you and that you believed in as well. It takes time.
Yeah, that's huge. And obviously it's paid off. I mean, clearly that relationship, but you're getting probably some big clients from it. What else are you doing from a prospecting standpoint to get in front of these annuity clients?
So we have some referrals, obviously, that come in just over the years, Medicare stuff, but majority is we sought out specifically annuity lead vendors because something that I think that I'm best at is when I can get in front of somebody with intent. If you have intent to buy an annuity already, I don't have to get over that objection now, right? Yeah. And that's my hardest part in the annuity process was getting over that objection first. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just go pay for really expensive leads and because I know my skill. And then that's what we did. So getting in front of people through vendors that, they just run digital advertising and all these types of advertising to people fill out forms. They're looking for annuities.
Yes. That's strong. I'm going to go back to something you said earlier. You said that you like to be a jack of all trades. Mm-hmm. Is that good? Is that bad? What's your philosophy and feeling on that?
I said liked. Yeah. Liked to be the jack of all trades.
Past tense.
Yeah. That's how I was. And I made good money, right? Yeah. We just did an interview not that long ago. And I told everybody that I made $400,000 last year. See how much of a difference that make $400,000 as a jack of all trades just turned into the master of one.
$270 in a month.
$270 in a month. So I think it's important for somebody that they first start, find out what you can be the master of.
Yeah. Do you think it's that you became less of a jack of all trades? Do you think it's because we put you on your channel our channel that your income 8x? What would you credit that to?
So anybody that's watching this, it was 100% Cody. 100% Cody. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's everything, man. It really is. It's just figuring out, partnerships and getting in front of other people that know a lot that you don't really know. You think you know a lot until you get in front of some people, right?
Totally.
So we go back to that whole thing: get in the right room,
Dude. That's what
people are saying it for a reason.
Yeah, that's what Power Players has taught me. By the way, like we're a part of this Power Players Mastermind with high level people, and dude, there's some freaking players in this thing. No pun. Like there's some players, man.
I didn't know who John Wetmore was until this. How did I not know who John Wetmore was? And everybody watching this, there's interviews. Go look them up. It's people like that. Like you should know those people. You should get in front of those people. You should have conversations with them because they're going to know a lot more than you in some areas.
How does that help your business? Most people would say, well, what do I need to know John for? How does that help me?
Business knowledge in general, scaling, right? Yeah. The guy's been one of would you call him number one in our industry for scaling an agency, right?
Yeah, scaling an agency within an agency, yes.
Yeah, so. Potentially. Yeah. So I want to be able to do that, right? I'm one man. I have no secretary. I got this nice 1,800 square foot office. No secretary, still can't find one. Had a lot of interviews. I'm one man. So something also, let me go back here. In August, I recruited and contracted and trained 48 or close to 40 agents in August and September as well. So, well, I would say late August, late September. So in there,
have you seen the correlation between high productivity, limited time actually translate into just getting a lot more done and to be able to help a lot more people too at the same time, which is really weird, by the way.
Yeah. 100%. So like when, I know you've said this in the past, right? So what I've noticed with me is when I have free time, I'm way less productive. When I fill up my plate full of things, I know that if I don't get this done, it's either going to cost me money, it's going to, whatever it is, right? So like I'm like a laser. I'm a laser. Talk about time management. Like you don't even know what time management is until you fill your plate up so full you don't think you could accomplish anywhere near what's on there. You'll realize what you're actually capable of. And that's exactly, I was like, how can I recruit and train and still produce and do all these things? I'm doing it and still having not 1,000 Medicare clients, close to that, and managing that, right? Like, how can I do that?
And no staff.
And no staff, not one. I'm a
That's
one-man
freaking
army.
nuts. You're like a team of 40 and one human being.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing that the one thing that it suffered for sure that I have just literally can't do, like not enough time in the day.
Yeah.
Is training videos. I have not been able to put out enough training videos for my agents. And so that's what I'm trying to focus on right now is getting content out to them.
Well, you're gonna have to drive down to Springfield or fly down to Springfield, and we'll put you up for a couple of days, and we'll just shoot videos on.
Landon and I talked about that. I got to do it for sure.
Yeah, dude, totally. So you took a few months off. You mentioned when your son was born. How cool was that to be in an industry where you were able to do that?
It was awesome, man. It was during that time I was traveling a lot too. So it was hanging out with him, helping my wife out, and then going to events like 8% and all these other ones. And, like just knowing that I had this steady flow of income coming in from Medicare, it's like, oh man, I just spent like 10 grand. I look over, I'm like, oh, I just got a $8,500 check. That's cool. So it was cool. It was a pretty cool feeling. I still drained a lot of my savings during that time. I had like, I don't know, like a little over 6 figures saved. And by the time I got back to work, we probably had like 20 grand in the bank. I was like, yeah, I should probably work to do this.
Yep. I feel like previous interview, 400 grand, that's a lot. Like that's really impressive, right? That's really cool. Now you're a 7-figure dude on your own. So, I mean, like you just are. Was there a point where that clicked and you realized that and you're like, dude, I'm not living up to my own potential. I thought I was doing big stuff. It seemed cool. And now I'm really doing something special.
My earbuds just disconnected. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Sorry. Give me that one more time.
Yeah, you're good. So I feel like last interview, you were 400 grand, like you were crushing it. You're doing really well. It probably felt like, oh, I'm doing a lot, man. I'm really killing the game. Now you're on pace to be 7-figure dude. You're doing way more. What was that like? Was there a moment where you like woke up and realized, dude, I could be doing way more? Or was there like, because you're at a different level right now than you've ever been at?
Right. I would say the moment was, it was just sometimes everything's decisions, right? So everything in life is a choice. And I just decided, because I had put it off for a long time, and I just decided when I was sitting down, I was at home, it was like 4 o'clock, I was already off work and it's like not really working that hard. And I was like, if I just worked a little bit harder and focused, what could I actually do? I'm seeing all these guys do annuities and they're doing like 20 million a year. And it's like, I know more about annuities than they do. Not to like sound like a know-it-all or anything, but I noticed that. I was like, I know more about annuities. I think I can sell annuities better than they did. And they're making this. What are they doing? How are they getting in front of these people? Start doing research. It's like, oh, vendors. Oh, well, I got some cash. Let's try it. Let's get in front of these people. And then got my first couple sales and was like, oh, okay. So my time just went from being worth $400,000 a year to be closing a couple sales. It's like, what's my time actually worth? Time and talent, right? Yeah. The 2 T's. Yeah. And I realized what my potential for worth was. And then, who knows in the future.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, you're a $500 to $600 an hour dude.
Right.
Right.
We were like, it was like 10 grand a day, something like that. 10 grand a day is what I was averaging during September. Close to that.
Well, at that point you were $1,000 an hour guy, which is
awesome. Yeah, it is. And I will say that
even more of a reason to have an assistant.
Exactly. And I don't know, I was driving all over the place to meet with people. And since then I've done a lot of virtual sales and kind of toned down on a lot of this stuff. And what was nice is I know that if I replicate that, I could do that again and
Yes.
consistently, but I don't have to. I don't have to make 270 grand a month. I don't have to do that. I'd be happy with 100 grand a month, $1 million a year producer. That'd be cool.
That's not bad.
It was like, what's that time worth, right? And that's where I started going, I have a good system. Let's replicate this by showing other people that. I had people reaching out to me left and right, and I was just turning away. Like, nope, I'm not licensed in these states. Nope, I don't do that. And I got licensed in 22 states and then took on, it was close to 40 agents in a month or in a month and a half.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, well, let's take some of that time, even though it's going to take income from me, help the agents, get them producing, and hopefully that will come back down the road. Could be months, could be years, I don't know. But if I can change somebody else's life, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, you think about a lot of the big income earners like yourself. They're either they've either built a team, they've either found a way to find money, they've either wrote a ton of life insurance, or they've just grinded and wrote Medicare and P&C for several years. Like, you think about it, they kind of all fall in one of those four categories, really. What's some advice that you would give to a new or struggling agent out there that is like, man, this is freaking epic. Like, how do I become more like Tracy Lownsberry?
Mentor, training, knowledge, experience. Like, it all comes with time. Being a part of the right organization is so important. So many organizations are designed to be businesses that benefit them and not you. It's unfortunate. It happens. Find one that they're okay with, investing time into you. That would be my thing. People tell me all the time, what FMO are you a part of? Yada yada. What products do you sell? This stuff, and it's like, you need a mentor. You can start Medicare. You can do life. Mentor, yeah, that stuff's important, but you could do it. Enough grinding, you'll get to the point where you're good at it, where you might not need a mentor. But what a mentor is going to do, or just an upline, if you're talking hierarchy structure, if the right upline is going to help you skip a lot of that time, and that's what I didn't do. I didn't have that. So, I took 4 years before I really realized what kind of knowledge that I had, and it was all just little bits here and there, self-taught, yada yada. With the right upline, you could do that in 6 months, a year, right?
Yeah.
Just depends. A couple months, who knows? I got agents right now that are writing hundreds of $1,000s in annuities. I got one that did a couple $100,000 last month in annuities. Had never wrote annuities before.
That's crazy. Do we have you scheduled to come on our Rising Stars Mastermind here soon? Do you know if we do? I think Cassie was reaching out to you about that. I need to check and make sure, because I'd like you to train a bunch of our Rising Stars on that call. I was just thinking about that. I mean, really, what that's done is there's a lot of agents out there where you can just plug in, you can take a few years to really grind it out and hopefully make it and learn along the way, or you can fast track some of the success. You notice I didn't say the fast track the work ethic. You just fast track some of the knowledge, right?
Yep.
And that's what you've done. Compared to a lot of people, you don't want to have to be in this business for 20 years to make $1 million like most people.
Nope.
Like, that's normal, by the way. 20 years,
no, thank
seven
you.
figures. Or a lot of times it's 10 years, 3, 4, 5, 600 grand, which you're already past. But it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's, I don't know why people want to wait. Like Elon Musk, what I love about him is his goal is to accomplish his 10-year goal every 6 months.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah. How crazy is that, right? I mean, think about that. Think about how does that translate for an agent out there that's like 100 grand, or maybe flip, how do I do 100 grand this quarter? Right?
It's just being super intentional with your time, and just, sacrifice is always going to be there. You're going to have to sacrifice from somewhere. But I think a lot of people don't realize that you don't necessarily have to sacrifice family time. There are a lot of other things you can sacrifice. Like,
totally.
Oh, I don't know, get up earlier, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's a big one. Work before your family's even up, right? Take care of that paperwork stuff. Yeah, you might have to sacrifice a little bit of
sacrifice
time or whatever.
Video games or something, for crying out loud.
Dude, you might know this. I'm a gamer, dude. I game here and there. But I will tell you, before I got serious in the insurance, here was my gaming thing. I gamed every single night, multiple hours.
Wow.
Multiple hours every single night. On the weekends, there were days I literally gamed all weekend long. But I also made 40 grand a year. Now I like an hour here, an hour there when I think I can squeeze in. It's a a lot of guys will use it, or women too, as a release, right?
True.
Find a better release. I would never tell anybody to get into gaming. Go work out, man. Like, find a better release, more healthy release. You need those, right?
So
But
Dylan, we just found our title: 40 grand in gaming or 400,000 in no gaming. Your choice.
Or little gaming.
Little gaming, yes, because for those that like gaming, they don't hate me.
That's right. That's right.
What's some advice that you could give to say someone is here? Let's do this. What's your week look like? Like how many appointments? Like what's your week look like? That because most people are not prospecting and running enough appointments.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Well, I can tell you this. So if I pull up my pipeline, so this is what I was doing. So in September, when I wrote that, I filled up my pipeline and it was through about 40 leads that I got. That September was whole September. So annuities are a little bit different, right?
Wow.
So you don't need a huge influx, but out from we took a little bit of October off. Since then, we've upped our lead cost from $3,500 through 4 vendors a month to $10,500 per month with every single vendor. So 4 vendors. So that's over 40,000. And I've been
per month.
Per month.
Oh, that was per vendor.
Per vendor per month. So we increased it to 10,500 per vendor per month.
So you're spending 42 grand a month now.
Yes. Yeah. Well, if that's the thing is when annuity leads with a lot of vendors, it's if they can get you the leads.
Fill it. Yeah.
Right. So we went from it was 39 leads to when we did that, tripled our leads, and that's with them not even reaching the 40,000 anywhere near that. And my appointments went from running like 12 appointments a month, 12 appointments. Let's see, 12, 9 appointments a week to I had 17 last week. Went from 9 to 17. And to give you a figure here, some statistics, roughly, in September we sat down and got in front of roughly about 36 million in assets. This next month, we already have over 110 million in assets lined up to get in front of. Wow. So we have a couple $20 million, a couple 10s, we have a 30, and then a bunch of little couple $100,000 million cases, all just from numbers, just numbers. Gosh. So yeah, next month I'm projecting, and this is a projection based on I've qualified the crap out of these guys. I'm hoping I will write 8 million in annuities next month.
Wow.
So next month, meaning this month, it's November. So 8 million is what I have lined up. I have a $4 million case, and I have multiple $1 million or $2 million cases that I've qualified over the past month and a half. Just emails and sending out portfolio analysis and all that stuff. It's sometimes a long-term play, man.
Do you think you can build out a system for your office to write 100 million in annuities a year?
That's my goal. That's what I would like to do. Yeah. That's 100 million. So I'd like to do 50 to 60 million. That would literally put me like #1 agent probably, or close to that. Wow. And then have my downlines do another 50, 60 million. And then cap my downlines at 50. So I just want 50 downlines, 50 killers, right? Just add drop till I get 50 killers. Yeah. And then be able to do 100 to 120 million a year in annuities. And then my system, so I'm working on, like I had a course before, I'm totally revamping it right now to be way more specific and just a ton of videos and stuff. And it's going to be a plug and play. It's going to be a plug and play system where you plug it in, you follow it from start to finish, and you're good. As long as you put in the work and have me as a resource and a lot of other resources I'll provide, you can do or get to the point where you can do what I can do. Wow.
And where do they go to learn more about that real quick?
It's not 100% set up yet, but you can email me if you'd like some information on it. And my email is tracy@upnorthretirement.com. And you can visit SOS Annuity Selling System. And that's kind of like our old system where it's all one-on-one, where you basically purchase it and then it's me and you. I meet you where you're at. We go through everything start to finish, and then I try to help you. But this one's going to be way more in depth.
Yeah, your time's too valuable for that.
Exactly right. And I was doing that with.
You guys should be paying him 50 grand. Otherwise, he shouldn't be talking to you. Okay. Right.
You heard it first.
But he's a great guy and a nice guy, so he probably will anyway. Are you booking your own appointments?
Yeah, man, do everything myself. Yep. Do everything myself. I use Samson for all of my lead.
That's awesome.
Organizing my lead flow, which is Go High Level, which for those that aren't listening, that's a secure agent marketing thing. And then I use Agency Block to track commissions and things. I'm really bad at tracking commissions. I'm just like, man, it's flowing in. I'm good.
You just sling money, bro. You just sling money all day.
That's like if it doesn't hit, I'm just moving on to the next one. That one will hit. It'll be right.
Just slinging cash.
Yeah. I mean, I'll track the $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 sales. I'll track that.
You think Pete will get on me for using Sling It, just slinging cash? I'm kind of changing it. He's trademarked.
Does he have that
we're friends. I don't know. I think it is.
Hey, Pete.
Well, we gave him credit. We gave him some credit here. So
yeah.
No, he's a good buddy. I love Pete.
He's a good dude.
Dude, this has been freaking epic. If you guys have loved this, man, give Tracy some love in comments below. How would you like to wrap this up? What have we not talked about yet? What would you like to leave? What would you like to finally say in closing? You've become a freaking monster out of nowhere.
It's hard work, man.
Dude.
Hard work. And I'm going to go back. Here's how I'm going to wrap it up. This is the Power Players podcast, right?
Correct.
There's a reason for it. There's a reason why I get in those rooms. And the reason I had like 12, 13 trips this year. I'm capped for this year. My wife capped me. But all those things helped, right? So you should wrap this up by saying, those of you who aren't going on these types of things, I don't care what you hear from somebody else. I don't care what kind of reviews. I don't care. Get in the room, experience it for yourself, and keep an open mind, right? Do it, and it'll pay dividends. I guarantee you. Boom.
You're a genius. You're an epic closer. The annuity giant, officially an actual giant in the annuity space, by the way. And dude, I appreciate everything you're doing. Thanks for jumping on. Give Tracy some love in the comments. Dude, thank you for jumping on for a couple seconds today.
Thanks, Cody. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, buddy. Okay. How good was this episode? Let us know. If you want more, you're getting them anyway. Power Players Podcast live every Tuesday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Love you all. See you on the next one. Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're going to love. It's right there. Click on it. See you in there.
But I would say my favorite interview is probably Cody, because we have a relationship and we have a connection together from what era he comes. It would probably be Cody. Then probably a couple of these mob stuff that I do.